Welcome to another edition.
Sit up straight, no wrinkles. I think we wear the same clothes. I think this is like video number 53, and I think I'm wearing this shirt in like 25% of them. You wear that shirt every time it's clean.
Yeah, I do. Saturday, December 19th. So
You can recognize us by our clothing that we wear over and over again.
Yeah. So, update on us.
Well, we have the scholarship officially set up, so that feels really good. So kudos to North Valley for
Getting it done.
and getting the website set up because they are on Christmas break through New Year's, so they got that set up right before they went on break on Thursday. So you can, if you're interested and want to check it out, you can go to Ethan McCoy Memorial Scholarship. It's through North Valley Community Foundation. And you can see his page there and kind of what we wrote up and the donate button. And so, yeah, I think that's an exciting piece, when it all got set up and I saw it, I was super excited and proud and happy. And then all of a sudden I was very sad. So it's kind of a mix of things.
Yeah. It's, but it'll be good to do in Ethan's memory.
So that brings us to how we're doing.
Yeah, and I was up a mulberry tree on Friday at tree work, and Dad and I were talking through our Bluetooth helmets, and he said, "So Joey, are you ready to go back to school?" And in all honesty, I really am. God made me to work. He made me to teach, and he made me to, be this personable guy that connects with kids. And I miss that. I miss that part of my life. I miss all of our teacher friends at school, and the district took really good care of us while we were gone. They made it happen for us, and for us to have this time that we could just be and just focus.
Yeah, no guilt, no, just here.
Yeah.
And I feel like it was a gift with a bow and, an I love you package.
Yeah.
Straight from school.
Yeah. Maybe that's why I wear my bulldog shirt, because I love school.
Okay, but if you're going to do this with your hands, you can't keep slapping it on the couch.
Sorry.
Okay. Continue. Listen up, everybody.
Yeah. This is my teacher voice. Just kidding. So I'm excited to go back to school. I'm excited to see teacher friends, and so we'll be distance teachers come January. I'll be doing 6th, 7th, and 8th, and Stephanie will be doing 4, 5.
Joey says he's really excited. I don't know that I'm really excited. I think it's the next step. I think we need to. I think I need to. I think it will be a good thing. And school is a good place for us to be, and we have to re-engage with society and life at some point.
Yeah. And it's not like we're I don't want to say like we're getting over it, we're moving on with our life, but it's the natural next step in our life. Like the new normal has to be reestablished.
Right. And like right now we're just like in this holding pattern.
Right.
I used to describe Ethan's autism as like everybody has their breaking point where, you're in a room and it's just too loud or too many people and you need to get space, or, you're wearing a coat and it's like, oh my gosh, if I don't take off this coat, like I'm just gonna overheat, or, you're assaulted by too many perfumes, at the department store. Like everybody has their capacity, limit. And at some point you're like, this is just too much. And, for most people, there's a margin there where you can kind of go with the louder and the softer and kind of roll with it. Whereas Ethan, he was always just like, here's capacity and here he is. So it it didn't take much for him to be over stimulated or over whatever. And it wasn't like, oh, this little thing. It was just like, no, he's just at capacity, and this put him over. And whether that be noise or temperature or taste or, itchy feeling, he was just always at capacity. And so any little thing would send him over, and it was a much bigger deal. And so I think in all of this, I feel like I'm just like at capacity.
Yeah, your margin for more or less.
Yeah, and I mean, I'm not doing a whole lot at home. Like my one responsibility is get Holly on Zoom, and I don't know, I'm like 80%. She got a 100% Zoom award. I was like, yes, did it for the week. So I did 5 days. I got her on time. And there's not, I don't really have to make any decisions. Food is brought to us. I really don't have to leave the house. I'm just here taking care of the kids and being home, and I'm okay. As soon as responsibility, or Joey, we had my parents over for dinner, and Joey's like, well, what do you want your mom to bring? And I couldn't really come up with an answer. I was like, I don't know. And that's such a simple question, and I know in my head this is not a difficult question, but it's
hard.
Yeah, I'm just at capacity, and so coming up with a full sentence response, I have a hard time with it, and so it's interesting. I find that I'm really forgetful, and it's interesting. Our neighbor came over, and she lost her husband late summer, right before Ethan got sick, and so she just came to talk and visit, and she was talking about, she goes, I have just notes everywhere because I'm so forgetful, and I was like, me too. I just, if I'm super focused on it, I'm like, okay, so I've been really focused on the birdhouses and focused on his scholarship. I feel like those things have been okay, but everything else, if I'm not laser focused on it, or I just forget, and not just oh yeah, I forgot about that, or oh yeah, that's right, I was gonna do that, but just completely out of my thought at all, until it comes back, and it's I completely blocked that out, or it wasn't even there's no way that I would have recalled that if you hadn't have just said that.
Yeah, I think that under normal circumstances, computer people, you think in bandwidth, and I think sometimes normal circumstances you can carry a lot of bandwidth, and I think right now we're just able to carry so much thought process to think about new things or different things or the same thing, when it's this morning we both woke up at 3:30 and our minds were racing, and it happens, and I think that probably also adds to
The forgetfulness.
yeah. That's what happens when you wake up at 3:30.
It has nothing to do with Ethan, just not sleeping.
Yeah.
So anyway, it's interesting. I think that I'm okay because I feel like I'm still functioning.
Yeah.
But then I also don't feel like myself. I don't feel like I'm operating at capacity, or I guess I'm using that word too much. I don't feel like I'm actually myself doing what I normally do. I usually have no problem remembering things. When the doctor or dentist asks you if you want one of those appointment reminders, it's no, I'll remember. I know in 6 months that I'm coming on this day at this time. I remember those things, but not now.
Yeah.
I need sticky notes everywhere.
Yeah. So new normal.
Yep.
We'll
So kids are excited for Christmas, and so that's fun. I think Joey's favorite thing about Christmas is setting up the tree. That's
setting up trees.
That's
setting up lights. You can see them through the window. They're on the house.
I think my favorite thing is Joey puts just simple lights on the house, and I really like Christmas cards. I love making Christmas cards. I put them in our memory book each year. I love getting Christmas cards, like our whole wall. You guys have done a really good job. I mean, I had to like make another section for Christmas cards. So our bonus video this week is on, what, a decade?
Yeah, decade 2010. The first one is when we announced Ethan, or not announced, but shared with a lot of people.
Yeah, so
that
2009, I think that was. So mostly Christmas cards with a few other pictures thrown in. The kids unofficially picked the song because this is the only one they...
Every time.
Christmas is coming.
Christmas is coming!
It's kind of scary.
Christmas is coming, the bells are ringing, hope comes alive as music fills the air. Some say Christmas is for children, and I believe it's true. Can you hear the season calling to the child inside of you? Awaken from your slumber, come see with younger eyes, and be taken by the wonder that took the whole world by surprise. Christmas is coming, the bells are ringing, hope comes alive as music fills the air. I hear the drumming, it won't be long now. Christmas is coming, will you be there? Christmas is coming, will you be there? They're dressing up the city in a brightly lighted gown. They're singing in the streets whenever Christmas comes to town. So let the Spirit find you wherever you have been, and bring you to the child who makes us children again. Christmas is coming, the bells are ringing, hope comes alive as music fills the air. I hear the drumming, it won't be long now. Christmas is coming, will you be there? Christmas is coming, will you be there? God's own baby boy, born to mend all broken things and to heal the world with joy. He will heal the world with joy. I don't want you to miss it, I know I have before, like the innkeeper who missed the wonder right outside his door. So open up your heart as Christmas passes through, just in time to wake the child asleep inside of you. Christmas is coming, the bells are ringing,